Whoop. Peace. Let me send a request. Back to what I was on. Okay. Ooh. Okay, I got you. Got you. Got you.
Y'all.
Okay, let me Okay.
Peace,
Peace.
peace,
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 King. Peace,
peace. My
King.
bad. My bad.
Oh
My bad. My
man.
bad. Sis. Oh man. You know, we supposed to be on here an hour ago.
I know, right? I
Right,
done got
right.
up and got dressed, got my flyers on. I said,
all
I'm
me,
trying to
all
be
me,
hip hop.
all me messing up. That was all my mess up. I apologize. I apologize.
That is so cool. I don't care.
Right,
So
right,
I got you
right,
now.
right,
So
right,
this is what
right,
we
right,
gonna do.
right.
Please let everybody know, people who are watching, who you are.
Oh, peace. I'm Solomon Childs. Well known MC with the Wu Tang. You know, Killer Bees. Been doing it for a minute. Um, you know, family toward, family with Wu Tang as well. You know, Ghost, my cousin, Cap, my god brother. You know, just, growing up under them, you know what I mean? And, you know, those my brothers, you know what I mean, learned so much from them, and, just good people.
Okay. So how long have you been doing music?
Shit, I always tell, I've been doing music my whole life. You know what I mean? From since I was a little kid, I used to lip sync and, you know, dance like New Edition and dance like Michael Jackson for my aunties and my mom and her friends and all that in the living room. So, I always been doing music, but, as far as being an MC, I started being an MC probably like around, I don't know, probably like 91, 92, like around there when I was like, 14, 15.
Okay. So when you first heard hip hop, how did it affect you?
Um, well, coming up, my mom, she was, deep into Pat Benatar and Whitney Houston, Sade, Ashford and Simpson. God bless Whitney Houston.
I had
Ashford
to
and
move over.
Simpson, huh?
I had to move over.
Right, right, right. Ashford and Simpson, Luther Vandross. That was her wave. You know what I mean? So, I was in tune with all that kind of music. And then, my dad was country western, you know what I mean? So, he thought he was a cowboy, you
Right.
know what I mean? So, he was into Willie Nelson, Conway Twitty, um, George Strait, Dolly Parton, you know what I mean? George and Tammy, you know what I mean? He was into those kind of people. So, I had the best of both worlds. But, going to school, there was some kids that I knew from a town called New Brighton. This kid named Marv Dollars and Willie Darby. They was they was at the table in the lunchroom, and they was singing a song. And I was like, yo, what is that? You know what I mean? Like, who is that? You know what I mean? Because I didn't really, I didn't know that kind of music.
Right.
And they was like, that's Big Daddy Kane. I was like, Big Daddy who? They was like, yo, you don't know. They was like, you don't watch Video Music Box. I was like, I don't even know what that is. So they was like, yo, when you get home from school today, you know what I mean? Turn at 3:30 when when it hits 3:30, put your TV on channel 31. I'm like, I don't got channel 31. You know what I mean? My TV only go up to 13. They're like, nah, you got to use the other button. You know what I mean? Put it on you and then go turn the little button to 31. I'm
Right.
like, oh, okay. So, when I did it and shit, you know what I mean? There was a guy on there, he was painting, you know what I mean? So I'm like, yo, I thought they pranked me or something, you know what I mean? Because I'm like, nah, man, I had called Marvin, and I was like, yo, Marv, there's a dude on here painting, man. Why y'all lie to me? He's like, nah, man, relax, man. It comes on at 3:30. Exactly at 3:30 it came on. And I'm like, yo, I felt like I was in a whole nother world, you know what I
Right.
mean? And the first video that they showed, it was, VJ Ralph, it's VJ Ralph McDaniels. We're gonna jump right into it. First video of the day, special ed. I got it made. And I'm like, what is this right here? And special ed was my age. He was young. He was a kid.
Right.
I got it made. Got everything I want. I got made. I wanted gear. Got everything from cotton to suede. I wanted lead. And I was like, oh, wow. So I said, you know what? Yeah, this is what I want to do when I grow up. You know what I mean?
Jesus.
So
When I grow up.
Right. That was it for that. That was it for me.
So what were some of your experiences like while you were perfecting your craft?
Which, I mean, it was just, at first, a lot of OGs was like, a lot of OGs was good. It was good, experiencing a lot with OGs, you know what I mean? Because they was like, they helped me, because if I wasn't saying anything, you know what I mean, when I first started, you know what I mean?
Right.
It was like, the Balabadi, Marvel, Raleigh, the Scholargate, Shalagate, Ifala Holligate, McCullougate. And it was like, so the OGs was like, he got a dope flow, but he ain't saying nothing. You know what I mean? But the young kids that was my age, they didn't know I wasn't saying nothing. They thought I was just using big words. You know what I mean? So, one of the OGs had put me to the side. His name was Wise, from Markham Homes, where I come from. And he was like, yo, you just gotta read. You know what I mean? He's like, if this is really what you want to do, you gotta read. He said, the more you read, the bigger your vocabulary you get, and you'll be able to use the right, correct words that you want to say for those type of scenarios. And I was like, oh, all right, cool. Right. And that was that.
Okay. So I was listening to the King of New York.
Right. Okay.
5 songs. Yeah, all fire. So
nice.
I'm trying to get, is anybody on there? Because I hear Spanish and I'm like, okay, so I got to look this up.
Mm-hmm.
I hear Spanish. I hear singing.
Right. Yeah, I pretty much do it all, I pretty much do it all, sis. You know what I mean? So, right now we're working on a dope project right now. Me and some producers that are really, really long-time friends of mine that are coming up. They're from Canada. We're working on a full R&B album right now. I mean, so far, we're probably we're like 10 in, completely mixed and mastered, and it just doesn't sound like me. It doesn't at all. It's like you're not gonna know that it's me. I could literally put someone else. I could put a whole new name, no artwork, and I guarantee I don't ever have to mention me. And people are gonna be like, "Yo, this is fire." A lot of inspiration, a lot of Chris Brown inspiration, a lot of Michael Jackson inspiration. God bless Gerald Levert inspiration. I do have features on it, but the features are like, a lot of overseas African, Afrobeat type of artists.
Right.
Reggae artists, you know what I mean?
Right.
Other R&B artists. I got a good friend of mine. He's really world renowned. He's really, really up there. His name is David Corey. He's a dope, phenomenal MC. Dope, phenomenal R&B artist. He was one of the 3rd finalists on a show called X Factor. Me and him have an amazing joint. So it's like everything is just amazing.
Right. And then I was like, oh, okay. So when you just said you wouldn't know it was me, you're right. You're right. You are exactly right. I was like, who is this? I don't see no feature.
Right.
So I was like, okay. So let's talk about Nuclear. You got something going on with Nuclear.
Right. Nuclear is dope. You know what I mean? The project that I got with Sun, you know what I mean? Their project was pretty dope, because, I wanted to, give it a little bit more spice, but they was like, nah, man, we want the raw. So I was like, no problem.
Right.
But I'm like, it's a girl joint. You know what I mean? They're like, yeah, but we want the raw girl joint. So I'm like, all right, cool, no doubt, I got y'all. You know what I mean? So, we rocked out, we vibed back and forth, you know what I mean? And, it came out it came out amazing. You know, the
Right.
song is pretty dope. You know what I mean? And you know, it's a really really nice song. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I will be promoting that and playing it on my show for sure.
No doubt, no doubt.
Man, I got to. I got to.
Right, right,
So,
right, right.
do you have a foundation or are you connected to a positive organization?
Um, I mean, you know, I'm connected to a positive organization of just life, you know what I mean? And you know, always, you know, being in a good atmosphere and
Right.
basically, you know, being down with anything that's positive, you know what I
Right.
mean? You know, I've been doing a lot of work with some of my brothers from the mosque out here in North Philly, you know what I mean? I've been doing a lot of work with them. And you know, something they taught me, you know what I mean, recently, it's like, you know, um, you don't have to publicize everything you do. If that's what you're doing, then that's what you're doing. It's not really when you're doing this, you're not doing this for people to say, oh, okay, oh, he posted it. Oh, word, that's what he's doing. Nice. You know what I mean? Or oh, that's what he's doing, or he thinks he's doing something now. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, you're gonna get the balance of good and bad. So it's like instead of even relying on worrying about that balance, you don't gotta post nothing at all. You know what I mean? You know, just do what you're doing. You know what I mean? So yeah, like, you know, like I said, I'm doing a lot of good spiritual, a lot of good talking with children, kicking it with the youth. You know, we vibing out, basketball games, you know, all kinds of, you know, youth basketball games, youth story reading, you know, just all kinds of good things. You know what I mean? So, you
Right.
know, just keep it positive.
Okay. So, who would you love to work with?
Um, what you like? What
It,
rapper or
anything. You
singer? What?
all genres. You are all genres. Who would you
I
love
mean,
to
you
work
know, for me, it's like, you know, it's crazy because I would have to my number one artist that I want to work with is in house. You know what I mean? It's crazy because we never did nothing, but it's Ray. I fuck with my brother hard. I love Ray's music. I would love to do like 2-3 joints with Ray, and just like really go hard with him because Ray is so like he's just so lyrically, you know what I mean? And it's like the other half of the equation that I didn't, you know what I mean? Because I got tons of songs with my cousin with Ghost, you know what I mean? So, you know, we always vibe out. But I want to do joints with Ray, you know what I mean? So, you know, Ray, Rick Ross, 50, you know, and then, you know, R&B people like her and, you know, Chris Brown and, you know, stuff like that. So, you know, I'm always open to doing music with, and I like doing music, you know what I mean? I love
with?
music, you know
Okay.
what I mean? So, you know, I'm cool. I'm pretty much cool with all.
Right. And then I'm listening to that Spanish song. What is it called? It starts with a P.
Pagame.
Yes. I
Right,
love that.
right, right.
I don't
Right, Pagame is pretty
know
dope.
nothing in the song, but I said, oh, he speaks fluently.
No, I don't. I wish I speak fluently. My mom gets on my case all the time because I don't speak fluently. I'm pretty much broken up. It's pretty broken up Spanish, but I mean I can understand fluently, but I can't speak it fluently. You know what I mean? And my mother she's always, right. What do you mean you can't speak it fluently? You're so Latino. I'm like, all right, all right, all
So
right, I get
you're
it.
Latino?
Yeah, yeah. My mom's Dominican and Honduran, and
Okay.
my dad was from Honduras too. You know what I mean, in Dominican. So you know what I mean. It's like, you know, it's just a descendant thing. You know what I mean.
Oh,
It's within the you know, their ancestors and all of that. But you
right.
know, they're fully Latino. You know what I mean. You know, so my whole family is fully from Honduras.
Right. So
Right.
I want to know, what would you love to see happen in the business of music? You've been doing this for a minute.
Honestly, which is probably impossible, but I would say that I would want to see some sort of I probably want to see some sort of revenue created for people that they could get that could come from the trunk of their car again, whether
Right.
it's whether it's whether it's cards or USBs or whatever it is. I would just want to see that element be brought back to the game of music, where the independent artists could actually go on the streets and, you know, make a connection with a seller, excuse me, with a buyer, you know what I mean? And, you know, actually sell their merchandise to that person and be like, oh, yo, listen, this is me, Johnny Wishbone.
Right.
Oh, word, Johnny Wishbone, what you got? I do this. Oh, okay, let me hear it. And they play it right then and there, and then they're able to give them something that they could, you know, actually upload into their vehicle or upload into their iPod right then and there on cue, instead of going through the, you know, the you know, the masses, the iTunes or the Spotify, stuff like that. I just wanted to go back to where that artist can actually, you know, do something and, you know, benefit themselves from their grind and their hustle.
Right. I like that. I like that idea. Everybody hang out anyway.
Right.
USB.
And
and
you know, see,
gonna get the best music for sure.
Right. Because you're gonna get that uncut raw. You know, whether whatever genre music it is, it's still gonna be uncut raw. I you know, me dealing with a lot of people overseas, sometimes a lot of people be like, oh, well, you know, I may send them a link to my music, and they'll be like, oh man, I don't have Spotify, or oh man, I don't have access to that kind of, you know, streaming site.
Right.
And then it's like, oh man, so now I got to figure out a way to send you what I need to send you on a whole nother aspect. You know what I mean? So, you know.
I feel that.
Whoa.
I want to talk about the culture of hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel? Let's see. How do you feel about the culture of hip hop, the direction that is going? We try to bring real hip hop back.
Well, you know, I think what goes on with hip hop, right? My own analogy on what goes on hip hop is that hip hop is elevation, you know. So it's constantly gonna elevate.
Mm-hmm.
It's never gonna stay the same. You know what I mean? It's never gonna be the same kind of, you know, feel. So, you know, when hip hop first started out, you know, and I'm not talking about the original hip hop, because, you know, original hip hop started out way before we even knew. You know what I mean? James Brown was doing hip hop, you know what I mean? And a lot of people don't realize that. But, you know, I'm talking about like when we first started engaging with it and knowing that that's what it was. That would have to be like Africa Bambaataa, or, you know, and Treacherous, those type of people, Kool Herc, you know, you know, Melly Mel, you know, those type of people. So, you know, when the next stream of artists came out, that was Biz Markie, Big Daddy Kane, Rakim. It was those artists, you know, that was the next stream that came out after that. If Africa Bambaataa in them, they wasn't feeling Big Daddy Kane and KRS-One and they didn't, that wasn't their form of hip hop. That wasn't what, remember, they was 1, 2, bang bang. So they wasn't feeling love's gonna get you, love's gonna get you, love's gonna get you. They wasn't feeling that. So it was like, okay. And then the next stream of hip hop came out, which was Nas and Wu-Tang and Biggie, God bless him, and Mobb Deep, and they LL and them, they wasn't jacking or NWA and all that gang. Fuck the police. Fuck the police. You know what I mean? Public Enemy was doing it different. Yeah. They was saying fuck the police, but they wasn't saying fuck the police.
Right.
You know what I mean? They were giving you more of a fight the power. In order to fight the power, set me. You know, so that's what they was giving you. And another form of hip hop came out, which was 50 and Ja Rule and Fab and the Locks and all that. The same way, you know, that Mobb Deep era and the Nas and the Wu-Tang era, they wasn't feeling all of that because it was a party wave. You know, remember, it was in the clubs.
Right.
5 a.m. at the top of the club, 6 a.m. gonna bed in the you know, it was that way.
Right.
And then it went to another level, you know, and now you got the A Boogies with the hoodie and the Migos and all that. In the same way, that level ain't feeling that. So it's always gonna elevate, always, always. And even now, as we talk, it just went to another stream because you got the young kids, you know, shake that, shake that, shake that, shake that shit, shake that shit. You know what I mean? So you got all kinds of hip hop that's gonna continue to elevate time and time and time and time again.
Right.
So it's like, you know, if you're a real lover of music, then you just gotta vibe out, man.
Right. Right.
You know,
Would
and don't.
Would you ever have thought that they would be talking about Dracos and like? I was like, dang, what is they talking about? Killing and
Right.
I'm
Right.
so tired of that. I mean, like, dang, come on. This is the hip hop right now.
Right. That's the streets right now.
That's
so, you know,
great.
right.
Fact.
So it's like, you know, they just and then, you know, another thing what happens is the A&Rs of these companies change too.
Mm-hmm.
Because remember, the A&R is not he's not a 45 to 50-year-old man, the A&R. The A&R is a 21 to 24-year-old guy. So when you go into that office, he's looking at hearing what is out now. He wants that fresh sound for now. That's what the A&R guy's bringing. He don't want to hear, you know, the boom bap MC of yesterday.
Right.
You know, come inside the office. You know, he probably got respect for him, but he's not gonna. I can't. He's gonna be like, what can I do with that? I can't do nothing with that.
Right. Right.
when in all reality, my man Sonny Goods, he got a new he got a new what's it called, web series coming out. You know what I mean? And the title of it is Time is Money. That's basically what I'm, you know, the easy way to you know describe it. Time is money, and money is money. You know what I mean? And as long as you got them funds, you know, you can make anything pop.
Right. Okay.
You know what I mean? Because it's a program at the end of the day, and a lot of people don't realize that it's a program. You know what I mean? So, you know, if I got the proper funds to entertain the attention of that public and get them on a wave where they're like, oh, okay, this is what it is right now, then they're gonna follow it.
Right. Okay.
Right.
I like the answer. I knew this was gonna be an epic interview. I knew it.
No doubt.
I'm gonna put this on my YouTube, and I'm gonna tag your YouTube in it.
Okay.
So, can you please let everybody know what's the most important thing you want your fans to know about you that they wouldn't know about you just by listening to your music? Well, your supporters. Nobody has fans.
I'm a lover, not a fighter.
Facts.
You know, I mean, probably that'd probably be the most best thing to say. You know what I mean? You know, a lot of people always be like, you know, when they approach me or they see me outside, you know what I mean? They're like, you know, damn, it looks like I didn't even know I could come and talk to you like this. I was kind of intimidated. I'm like, what? But they're like, nah, you're just a real humble brother. I'm like, yeah, I try to be. You know what I mean? I try to be. You gotta be in this day and age.
How was it doing that song with Sheik?
Oh, that was dope. My man, Mike Caruso, which is Ghostface's partner, his business partner. They've been working together for many years. Mike had brought that song together. The song was mine. I had my own song. You know what I mean? And you know, Mike was like, "Yo, I'll let Sheik hear it." And I think Mike was doing some business with Sheik too. And you know, he was like, "Yo, I'll let Sheik hear the song." And he was, yo, he fell in love with that song. He wanted to know if he could get on it. I was like, oh, all right. I said, all right, yeah, get on the remix or something.
Yes.
He's like, nah. He don't want to get on the remix. He want to be on the original. I was like, oh, all right. I said, all right, let me see first though. Let me see. You know what I mean? So, you know, then, you know, but I had decided, all right, let him get on it. You know what I mean? So that was that.
Okay. So out of all the music you put out, which song stands out the most and why?
Mama Can You Hear Me pretty much stands out the most to me because you know, it was probably one of the illest songs that I've ever done so far. You know, it was produced by a super producer group called Nexus. Good friend of mine's Ray Dawn, Ray the Game. His nickname is The Game. Well-deserved nickname because this guy's a hustler. He grinds so hard. You know, but Ray had brought me in, and the producer's name was Frank Nitty, and Louis. They twins, you know, mega stars, mega producers, and they just gave me a sound that I had never really had before.
Right.
You know what I mean? So when they gave me that sound, and I was able, you know, you know, God bless. I had a cousin. His name was Junior. Junior was really one of the illest producers of all time. He did a lot of music for CNC Music Factory, a lot of Daddy's House music. You know, he did a lot of stuff with Puff Daddy. You know, all kind, Faith Evans. You know, remember that song, Mr. Biggs? You know, you got to keep me jig, Mr. Biggs. He did that joint. You know, so you know, he did a lot of joints. He was really talented. So you know, Ray and them, they have gave me that that beat. You know, they brought me to their studio, and you know, I just did it with them, and we really rocked the song out and killed it. It was just dope. It was just so dope, the song. You know what I mean? So you know, it was amazing. You know what I mean? So that's kind of one of my highlights in, like, you know, my recording days. You know what I mean? And doing music is that Mama Can You Hear Me song. I really love that song.
Yeah, I think I heard that song. So because I was going through all albums, I'm like, yeah, we got to play this one at skating.
Right.
I got you. So, can you tell me your favorite old school artist?
My favorite old school artist, Chucky Booker. Turned away.
Oh. Hey, I got a good feeling that we around the same age.
Right.
So, can you please give out your social securities, your social medias to everybody that's listening? Let them know, get your music, where to follow you.
Everything is Solomon Childs. Everything is S Childs. You know what I mean? So S Childs is the Instagram. Solomon Childs is Facebook. Twitter is the Almighty S Childs. I think it's Almighty S Childs, something like that. And you know, all music is on Spotify. I got a great new company that I'm making moves with right now. They are an amazing company. I promise you, they're so amazing. I got a good friend of mine. I cannot get off this interview without giving him a shout out. His name is Angelo. He's a great brother. He's my partner. I mean, yo, this guy is my savior. Boy, when I tell you he came through like Superman, oh man, I really like Angelo. He's a really good brother. I really love him. You know what I mean? He's a good brother. You know what I mean? And you know, he just basically, the company that he linked me up with, the sky is the limit. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, it's just a great situation. And the name of the company is Dynastia. They're just a, you know, it's great company. I love them. That's my new home, and you know, we're just amazing. It's an amazing feeling.
Okay. So, words of wisdom. Can you please give out the little words of wisdom, King? I know you got it up there because we live. Give it up.
Right. Words of wisdom. Words of wisdom is you know, mind your own business. Never stop grinding. grinding. Never let nobody tell you that you can't do something, because they can't do it. For years, brothers would tell me, like, oh, nah, we want you to do hip hop, just do rap, just rap, you know what I mean? And it'll make you question if you could do anything else, you know what I mean? But I could dance though. I dance real good. Nah, just rap. Nah, but I could sing though. Nah, just rap. But I could chat though. Nah, just rap. And you could do it all. And it's like they'll stagnate you because that's all they can do.
Right.
You know what I mean? And they can't see they can't see the true they can't see the vision of what you want to do because it's not in their their atmosphere to see that far. You know what I mean?
Right.
So they just stagnated where they could see. You know what I mean? So I just advise people to do what you do. You know what I mean? If you want to act. You know what I mean? But I advise this too. If that is what you want to do, don't half step. Really do it officially. So if you want to act, don't think you're going to take a script, read it, and you're going to be Denzel Washington. You got to go there and get you some classes.
Right.
Get you some acting classes. Hey, listen, them Jordans, they going to come out again 2 years from now, or another color going to come out 6 months from now. Them Dior's, they're going to keep dropping those because they see that that's what's going on now, and et cetera, and et cetera, and et cetera. So, just, take some of those funds that you blowing on whatever it is you blowing it on, whatever. See, I mentioned sneakers because sneakers is my fetish. You know what I mean? But other people got other fetishes. You know what I mean? Some, some people might have bags. Some people might have cars. Some people may have, whatever they may have. You know what I mean? But take some of that money, put it aside, and, put it back into your craft, whatever it may be that you really have a passion to do. Because, the goal is practice makes perfect. You know what I mean?
Exactly. I love that. So,
More.
Any upcoming events? Because I would love to see you perform live. I would love that. And I would love to perform some songs with every genre in it because I know you can kill it. I know you can kill it.
Right. Right now we're putting together a tour, but that's gonna be strictly overseas. So right now we're not really focused on the States. We're gonna come back to the States. We're gonna double back, come back to the States. But right now we're going overseas. We just trying to, make some noise out there.
Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do on my end. I'm gonna promote you. I'm gonna play your music. I'm gonna share.
Right, alhamdulillah. Yes.
Got to do this interview, King.
Yes.
You are epic. You legend. Legend. You don't know.
Thank you for having me though. Even and I've been late. I was late and all that. And thank you for having me. I really appreciate you having me. You know what I mean? So
No doubt.
Thank you so much.
No doubt. You enjoy your Sunday, and I'll holler at you on social media.
Right. You're right. Thanks again, sis. I really appreciate it.
No doubt.
All right, peace.